Hi MS50 artists. Today I'm going to show you how to use canva.com, which is a great website for making art if you don't have materials like paper and colored pencils at home. So first you go to canva.com, canva.com, and you'll see this homepage. You're going to click Create a Design. There are also templates here that you can look through sometime, but for now we want to create something from scratch. So I'm going to click Create a Design. And these are really just the choice of how big you want your design to be. So I'm going to click Poster. Today I'm showing you how to create a battle cry poster, but you can create all sorts of things in Canva. So now I have a blank page here. I actually want the page to go the other way. This is vertical, up and down, and I want it to go horizontal, side to side. So I'm going to click Resize and switch these two numbers. This has 18 here and 24 there. I'm going to make it 24 here and 18 there, and then click Resize, and it'll change to horizontal. Now I want to start with a background. So you see over here it says background. There are lots of different pictures to choose from. I want my background to be pretty simple so that the text I'm going to put on top of it stands out. So I could choose just a color or a gradient. You'll see there's a whole category of gradients here. So I might pick one of these gradients, and then even though I've already chosen one, I can still change the color up there to whatever color I want. I'm today gonna make a poster of the Lizzo quote, "If I'm shining, everybody gonna shine." So I'm thinking about that while I choose the background. So I'm thinking of kind of like a night sky color background. And you can also add elements. Click on this category, elements, to make your background more interesting. So I might search for something related to the look I'm going for. You can search for a few different things until you find something like what you're looking for. Once you choose something, you can click and drag the corner of the shape to make it bigger or smaller. You can move it around your poster. And I'll still be able to move that later if I change my mind about where I want it. And you can also use this button to rotate, to turn it to one side or the other. And then if you want it to be straight again, look right at the bottom where that 0 is. If it says 0, then it's perfectly straight. Now I'm going to add some text. And in the different categories, I want you to notice some things are going to have I'll show you here. Some things are going to have a little crown next to them, this crown over here. And that means that they're only for the pro version. You have to pay for pro version to get to use that thing. That's okay because there are lots of things that you don't need the pro version for that you can use for free. So you can just ignore anything with the little crown and use the fonts and the elements that are free. So I'm going to type here what I want this text to say. Actually, I'm just going to do "if I'm" for now, and I'll show you why. And then I'll scroll through these and find a font that looks the way I want those words to look. And you can play around a little, choose one, see if you like it. That one looks good to me. You can also change the color of the font. You can click one of these colors, or if you want a specific color that's not here, click New Color. And this slider will change the color, and then within each color, you can move this little dot. And you can see over here on the type what the color is as you're moving it around. For now, I'm going to keep this white. And you can also click over here where it says Effects and add these different effects. They all do different things. For this, I think I might want a shadow. this is the color of the shadow, not the color of the text, which is up here. We already changed that, but the color of the shadow itself. And these all do different things. I'm not going to explain all of them, but I recommend you just kind of play with them, move them back and forth, and see how you like it. And now the reason I only typed here if I'm going to make it a little bigger. The reason I only said if I'm and not the rest of the quote is because I want the next word, shining, to be in a different font. So I clicked add a heading again to make another text box. And now I'll choose a new font for that one. I want that one to be more like a script curly font. So let's see. That one's nice. And I can change the color, the size. You can change the size here by typing in a number, or you can make the box bigger or smaller. Either way, it does the same thing. And again, I'm going to go to effects. Maybe this time I want echo effect. I can choose the color for that. I can choose a different color if I want. And again, these sliders, you can see this one makes the effect kind of farther away from where the letters are, and this one changes the direction, just like it says. I think I want it basically where it was. And now I want to use this font again for the next part of the quote. So on my keyboard, I'm holding down Command and C, or you can also go up to your toolbar up here and go to Edit, Copy, and then Command and V to paste. You might have done that in other programs. You don't have to do that if you can't figure it out or your keyboard doesn't work that way. You can go back to text and find this font again, just a shortcut. You can see I'm playing with the size of the text box to make the text go longer. And again, I'm going to Command C, Command V to make that same font again. And you might want to play with where things are. Remember, if you are using a quote that is by a person that you didn't make up and you know that a specific person said that quote, you need to what's called attribute the quote. You need to say who the quote is by. So I'm going to put Lizzo's name down there. I don't want that to look exactly like these two words. I want those two to really stand out. So I'm going to take that effect off. I'm going to put none. And I'll make her name white. Right now I'm feeling like those Z's are a little hard to read. I'm actually going to change the font. I want everybody to be able to see her name. That's better. And so now I have my quote here. I might also want to add another element just to make it a little more interesting to look at. So I'm going to search. Again, you can change the size. You can rotate. You can also flip. You see here it says flip. Horizontal is side to side, vertical is up and down. And this one just sort of has the colors it has. You'll see some other elements where you can change the color. So you come up here, if there's a box here, that means you can change it. You can change it again to one of the ones that they have for you. They're suggesting these. Or if you want a totally different color, use the slider. You can change it to whatever color you want. But I don't want that one, So I can click delete on my keyboard, or I can click this garbage can over here to make it go away. I am going to use this star, but I think it's a little distracting the way it is. It kind of makes this word hard to read. So I want to move it to the back first. So I'm going to click this button that says position and send to back. I can also send just backward one layer or forward one layer. If I send it to back, it's going to be behind everything else. And then it's still a little distracting. I can also make it a little bit transparent by clicking here where it says transparency, so that it doesn't get in the way of reading the quote. And now I feel good about this. You can keep playing with it until you feel good about it, but when you're ready and you want to save this to turn in as your assignment on Google Classroom, I want to show you how to do that. So first I'm going to title it. It might have automatically given you a title. If that works for you, that's fine. I'm going to title it Battle Cry. This share button is not going to help you, so don't worry about that. The button that says download here, that's where you want to click. And then here where it says download. Right now the file type is PNG. That's fine, that'll work great. So download it. And now you can see it went to my downloads folder over here. When you go to Google Classroom and you upload a photo, just like we practiced in class, you can upload this photo as your assignment instead of the one that you would have taken with your computer camera of the art you made on paper. So that's Canva. I definitely recommend you play with it on your own time because there's lots of other things you can do with it. We didn't even look at photos. We didn't look at uploads. You can upload your own photos here. So just take some time and click around and see what you can do. I can't wait to see your designs.